Now let's look at the federal elections, especially the presidential election. Just like we talked about paradigm shifts in the state, quite unusually, we are beginning to see that it is definitely more than a two-horse race. What are your expectations and how do you rate the candidates?
Well, thank you very much. Well, I can tell you for free that looking at the three contestants for the position of three frontline contestants for the position of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, let me start with Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar was a former vice president and we're the same political party. I will start by comparing him with Tinubu and also comparing him with Obi. You see, Atiku Abubakar was a former vice president. Kwakwanso was a former governor of Kano State. Peter Obi was former governor of Anambra State. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu was former governor of Lagos State. One simple thing that I will just analysis I will just give to you is that under Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Nigeria 90 was sold and the money went to private pockets. Under Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor of Lagos State, another telephone company called Econet, Bola Ahmed Tinubu championed the raising of funds from the capital market to expound Econet in Nigeria. Today, Nitel is sold and dead, buried. The money ended up in private pockets of the people who sold it. Today, Econet has transformed to Airtel thanks to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that's another telephone company. Bola Ahmed Tinubu mobilized other Nigerians, some state governors, to join him to raise money to develop Econet. Today, Econet is Airtel, and it's a very, very wonderful destination. The investors there, I think they have good story to tell. Also, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor of Lagos, we have more than 16 policies and programs that he initiated. And those programs, as of today, 2023 February, more than 18 states of Nigeria have gone to Lagos State to understudy those policies, those laws, and those programs. And when took those programs to their own state, in some cases, they remodeled them according to their state law, and those projects, those programs, those policies are enduring in those states that I mentioned. Even the federal government have adopted many policies introduced by Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos. They have borrowed many of Lagos state government policies. It was Bola Ahmed Tinubu, time as governor, that he reformed the judiciary. Even when everybody were fighting him that he should not go there. He said, no, judges are poorly paid. They've been paid 50,000 naira. And he said it must be increased. And they shut him down. He found a way around it and decided that they should be given allowances and all of that. It was Bola Ahmed Tinubu that introduced fast track in the judiciary. You know the word that says that justice delayed is justice denied. That was the experience of Nigeria for many years. You can take a case to court and it can last there for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. Bola Ahmed Tinubu introduced fast track in the Nigerian judiciary, which every state and the whole of the federal government has adopted today. Fast track of matters and also front loading of documents. Front loading of documents was introduced. by the Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime in Lagos State. Many policies. Look to so many states. They're having ecological problems, either drainage problem or erosion or this. In Lagos, we all know what erosion was doing. The surging of the Babish was doing in Lagos State, in Victoria Island, and that was going to be a major disaster in the whole world. The whole of Victoria Island will have been underwater today, but because of the futuristic capacity of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he arrested it and turned the disaster into a blessing for Lagos. Today, the whole of Babish has been pushed back and turned to a city, a co-Atlantic city in Lagos. Like the Dubai of Africa. Okay, let me tell you. Tinubu introduced the 270 megawatt IPP, Independent Power Station. He built it in Lagos. And that is what has been generating power for Lagos. And also to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. First of its kind, he built it. Look at what Tinubu is doing in the Lekki corridor. First, let me talk about Lekki corridor, then move to the other part of Lekki corridor, which is the Lagos Free Trade Zone. In the Lekki corridor, as governor of Lagos State, with his policies, he has turned real estate. He has turned Lekki to the greatest and the best real estate haven in Nigeria. Private investors have been encouraged, and they are building all kinds of real estate, property, housing, massive, 2-story, 10-story, 5-story, more stories, underground, all around the Lekki corridor. That whole area has been transformed from swamp to a major city. And individual investors and businessmen and businesswomen are smiling to bank on a daily basis. So we now go to the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Even when the community there, they were revolting because of land, Bola Ahmed Tinubu calmed them down. So you don't know what is coming. Today, go to the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Is the best free trade zone in Nigeria. The best seaport, deepest, where before now, many vessels cannot come close to, they don't go close to us, to Apapa Port. They go far away. But with the Lekki Seaport, any vessel bet there, any goods can be cleared there. And so many things are coming up in that corridor. So many things are coming up in that corridor. Let me also talk to you about another of Bola Ahmed Tinubu Vista project and program in Lagos State on security. From the year 2000, the first security outfit that he brought into the state was the RROS, Rapid Response. Rapid Response everywhere, all over Lagos, because of security of life and property. Then followed by the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. What is the result of that? The result of that is that many of the people who are envious of Bola Ahmed Tinubu today, many of the people who are insulting Bola Ahmed Tinubu today, many of the people who hate Bola Ahmed Tinubu today are people who, when they go to their own state, they cannot move without mobile policemen. They move with escort. When they go to their own state, be it Delta State, be it Anambra State, Imo State, if anywhere they go to, any state they go to, Bayelsa, or any of these states they go to, all these people, this group of Bola Ahmed Tinubu haters, they are people that when they go to their state, they cannot move freely. They cannot go to anywhere without mobile policemen escort. Otherwise, they will be kidnapped or killed or anything. But they live in Lagos. They make millions of naira. They left their village to Lagos, poor, and became very rich in Lagos, became very outstanding in Nigeria. But when they go to their state, they have to go with mobile policemen. But when they go to Lagos, they cannot go to, you don't move in Lagos with mobile policemen. If anybody see with mobile policemen or escort in Lagos, you know, it's an embarrassment. Because nobody's, who are you in Lagos? Nobody's going after you. Bola Tinubu policy have provided adequate security of life and property across Lagos. People move 24 hours in Lagos. People go to different places. Big men drive their own car in Lagos. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 10 p.m., anytime. But in their own village, 8 o'clock, they're already in their room, in their house, with mobile policemen, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10, guarding their gate. That does not happen in Lagos. Because Bola Tinubu conceptualize adequate security of life and property for Lagosians. Conceptualize the Lekki free trade zone, the Lekki real estate corridor, all of those programs. Is it the bus rapid transport, BRT, that many states has copied today? Is it the law? Is it the Lagos State Signal Authority, which is that has revolutionized advertising and has made it a big business that many states are doing now? Or is it the Lagos State Transport Management LOSA, whatever you call it, that every other state has copied? Tell me now, what Atiku as vice president, any big thing that he did for this country as first president? Tell me any big thing that Peter Obi as governor of Anambra State did for Anambra State. Tell me one big thing that Kwakwanso did. So you see, most of the people that hate Bola Tinubu are beginning to act and have continuously blackmailed him over Alphabeta that collect tax in Lagos State. Are people who Bola Tinubu, when he became governor in 1999, and saw that the finances of Lagos State are going into private pockets, and then he did everything to block them, the profiteers and the counterfeiters, the counterfeit receipts. So when they collect those taxes, it goes into their private pocket. Bola Tinubu block all of those things, and from that 2000, when they were collecting about 600 million, today 2023, Lagos State is collecting minimum of 57 billion in taxes. How do you expect all those people to be happy with him? How do you expect them to be happy with him? And the next thing they go into is to begin to attack him. That is not, Bola Tinubu is not well. Bola Tinubu is frail. Bola is unfit. He's not physically fit. He's not this, he's not that. What Nigerians need from Bola Tinubu is his thinking, is his capacity, is his ability to organize, his ability to put Nigeria together, is his ability to automate Nigeria and connect Nigeria with the international system, the way he did with Lagos. Bola Tinubu, the first thing he did was to use technology to automate Lagos State finances and Lagos State infrastructure. So much so that he can predict what is coming to Lagos in terms of money for the next 1 month, 1 week, 1 month. And it can be reviewed by automation. He automated Lagos, and at the end of the day, from 600 million to monthly collection of 57 billion. So the individuals who were collecting those money, you will not expect them to be happy. There is nothing negative about Bola Tinubu health. They are not looking at the other side. There is no single negativity in Bola Tinubu capacity, experience, knowledge, organizational capability, his thinking capability, and his efficiency and efficacy, and what he has done, his effectiveness. Nobody is looking at that. Just because of petty jealousy. You see, we these people of the southern part of Nigeria, we like always to destroy our best. We like always to bring down our best. But you know what? Just to tell you the truth, Bola Tinubu is not unhealthy. He is healthy. He is physically fit. He is enduring. He is. So think more about his thinking capacity, what he can do for this country, what he can put together for this country, what he can organize for this country. And most of the people laugh him every day, saying that he's not fit, he will soon die, and they will even lie down. People like Dino Melayo, with due respect, Senator Dino Melaye, who lie down always to laugh at Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to say that he's not fit, he's not strong, he's not healthy, he will die today. He may even die, he may even die before Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Are you God? It is only God Almighty that can vouch for the health, well-being, and life of every individual. Because many people that a lot of people have laughed at to say they are not healthy, they are not fit, they are not this, they are not that, they cannot do this. Those people who laugh at them end up dying before the person they are laughing at. Some they will even die 15 days, after 15, 20 years before that person they are laughing at, before that person will pass away. So let us be very, very careful, because the health of every individual is in the hand of God. We've seen people who are very healthy today, very, very healthy today. And then we see somebody who has suffered a stroke and you look at him like he's at the boarding gate, going to die tomorrow. And that person that is so healthy, bulky, with so much blood flowing in him, will just slump and die. And that person who is considered to be unhealthy will live for another 10, 20 years. So let's focus on what Bola Ahmed Tinubu can do for Nigeria. If he can do some of these things that I've said, his policies, his program, his innovation that has transformed Lagos to be an enviable state in Africa, the pride of Africa, has become a mega city that many people left their village to poor and became rich. Most people. If this man can do all of those transformation, those reformation, those policies and strategies and ideas and innovation that has turned Lagos State to the pride of Africa, we should know that such a man will do better and more for Nigeria. Such a man can automate Nigeria, can make Nigeria automated, use technology. Such a man can bring more better policies, programs, and innovation that we turn Nigeria to be, a country that all of us can be proud of. So that is how I will look at it.
Most people have argued that the track record, the reputation of Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot be found wanting. But I've maintained that as a leader, he should have mentored people sufficient enough to trust with the presidency. This school of thought believe that his push for presidency is tantamount to calling back King Pele of Brazil to the national team. As a politician and as an effective manager, what is your response to this school of thought?
Well, thank you very much. This is very succinct, well put. It's like one of those classes I took in political science class, poll 402, I think, where you do random sampling in Ovambo district in Uganda. You see, Pele played football till the day he died. Played football physically and played football spiritually. It's like you telling me that if a good leader raises his team, and so because I've raised so much team, and then those team will do better than myself, or they will not do better than it's not like that. The fact of this thing is that in Bola Ahmed Tinubu team, there are people in the team that he has groomed, he has trained, and they have come to even become smarter than him, knowledgeable than him, deeper than him, and more efficient than him. But that does not stop the fact that he is a developer of people. He is a person who knows how to transform human resources to be the best. That said, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has his own dream, has his own idea. He has seen where Nigerians are coming from. He has seen their pains. He knows very well. And I know very well that Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have been able so quickly to say, let one of my lieutenants be the president of Nigeria. Of course, he has a retinue of lieutenants who are more than capable. But like I said, Nigeria need the personal thinking capacity, thinking capability, organizational capability, team working, team spirit capacity of Ahmed Tinubu, because the problems of Nigeria are so big. The problems of Nigeria are so huge. Nigeria is in a mess. Nigeria is in a big jam that it will require an uncommon leader, an uncommon leader with international capacity, international development capacity, someone who knows the right button to press, and the best person who can organize that team together, who can put that team together. And I mean the best thing that will run Nigeria, like a best practice company, is no other person other than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's not coming to Nigeria because he wants more money or because he wants more opportunity. No, he believes that during his lifetime, he'll be able to leave an enduring legacy, an enduring infrastructural, supersonic infrastructural development and transformation of Nigeria. He knows that he's the person who has the power and the knowledge, the deep knowledge and experience and capacity to be able to attract the best of Nigerians from all over the world, be it in Washington, D.C., anywhere. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will bring the best of team to run Nigeria. It doesn't mean if that person is coming from a raw braka, whether that person is coming from Uyo, or that person is coming from Brennan Kebbi. As long as that person is a Nigerian and is the best, even if that person is in another political party, Bola Tinubu is well respected for being able to bring people who are in competition with him, people who are his rival. He enjoys working with them because he will bring their thinking, their perspective, and their solution on board and refine it with his own, so that Nigeria will at all time, every decision taken, every policy that is conceptualized and introduced is nothing but in the best interest of the average Nigerian. He's the best person for the job. He's the best person for the job. And Nigeria will never remain the same if Bola Ahmed Tinubu become the president of Nigeria.
On a lighter note, I want to know if that is the politician in you speaking or the effective manager in you speaking. But let's
that is not the politician in me speaking. That's not on a personal. I don't have any personal contact with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I live in Lagos. Some of my business have been deeply affected by the policy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Most of my real estate investment lands were taken from me. We are talking about thousands of square meter, over 1,000 plot of land in the Lekki Axis. Were taken away from me because of my paperwork. Were taken away from me. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not somebody that should ever campaign for in this life, because some of the things that his government did to me affected my economy, my business, and my capital so much. I'm in so much pain. But my personal pain, my personal interest should not make me to fight the best for Nigeria, the best for our community, the best for our nation. My business is suffering because of the policy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos. I live in Lagos. His policy, his land policy has dwindled me, has affected my economy. I don't know him, I have no relationship with him. But that, at my level of knowledge, at my level of education, I will not say because of the bad effect of some of his policy that has affected my business, I will not say that I know fully well from my conviction the level of my education. As a Harvard graduate, I know that is the most competent person. Put Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi together, they will not be able to do up to 30% of what Bola Ahmed Tinubu can do for Nigeria. I saw him do it for Lagos State. When I say I saw him, not that I sat with him or I went close to him, but I live in Lagos and I see and I continue to see the things that he has done for Lagos State. So you see, when you see some of the people criticizing him, labeling him, and taking him to the trash who live in Lagos, ask those people to go and live in their own state. If they can stay in their own state for 1 week or just even 2 days without mobile policemen, but they can live in Lagos peacefully, make a lot of money in Lagos, and all of those things. I don't have any relationship or business with Tinubu, but I know that with my level of knowledge, I know that he's the best person to preside over Nigeria. If we want prosperity, if we want growth, if we want development, if we want the best for our country, and if we want Nigeria to be keyed into the international system of developed countries and civilized countries.
The 2023 general election is here already. We cannot deny the signal of his arrival, but it's coming with its own interesting attributes. Some have argued that it's going to be more of a personality election and going to be more forensic. 5/5 is what has been in the lips of most party men, but it's looking like a tall order now. How do you see that playing out in this election?
Well, I've always, political parties are just vehicles to access power. The political parties in Nigeria are not ideologically based. So I'm not going to vote for anybody that I don't believe in. I'm not going to vote for any incompetent Nigerian. I will always vote for the most competent people. I will always vote for the most competent people. So if we're narrowing down to my party or this, I will also answer you very straightforward. But the truth of the matter is that I've said, like I've said about Sheriff Ivwurie, he's my friend. But I'm not just going to vote for him because he's my friend. I'm going to vote for the best. And the best person to govern Delta State at this time. Forget about party. I'm looking at your track record. I'm looking at your capacity. I'm looking at your efficiency. I'm looking at your experience. I'm looking at your spirit. Is your spirit calm? Are you humble? Are you a leader? Are you a private sector leader? Are you a public sector leader? There are a lot of things to look at. What's you know, can you do big things? Can you do big projects for Delta State? Are you going to be a fox? Or you are going to be a hedgehog? I know Ivwurie Agege is going to be a hedgehog. He's not going to be a fox, scattered, going to here. No, he's going to hold on to few projects. Few legacy projects, things that are dear to his heart, like moving majority of our people from poverty to prosperity. I know he's going to do that. I know he's going to do a lot of things about our educational sector, about our health sector, about our industry. He's going to bring in a few industry. He's going to bring in a few industry. He's not a petty human being. And I'm not going to vote for anybody that is petty. For Senate, for the Senate, I'm going to vote, but nothing but the best for the Senate. You are not going to expect me to vote somebody who I know that is monotonous, or somebody I know that is at class, is somebody that I know that does not have the capacity. Somebody I know that if he goes to the Senate, he's going to be sleeping or going to be hustling for his personal benefit. No. I'm going to vote for somebody that have track records. Somebody I know that can speak. There will be a strong voice. I'm an Urobo man. So I'm going to vote for somebody I know that has strong voice, that can protect the corporate interest of the Urobo man, of Delta Central of Nigeria. I'm looking forward to seeing to see an Urobo man as the best senator in Nigeria, just as we have Ivwurie Agege today now as the best senator in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In terms of proficiency, everything, name it, can preside over the Senate even if he's sleeping, and he can hold the Senate very, very well and can command the respect and regard and honor of every senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that's the kind of person I'm going to vote for. And that person is Mr. Ede Dafinone, and he comes from a generation of capable professional chartered architects. The records are in Guinness Book of Records. You know, so such a person that I know that even if he's sleeping, He will make the best laws. He will make Urobo proud. It's going to be a revolution. So it's going to be a very, very best replacement for Senator Ivwurie Agege when he become the governor, and then he will become the senator.